or even their own consultants' advice. In fact, they clearly resent any opposition to their agenda. They express absolutely no concern for the environment, threaten flora and fauna, our waterways, let alone the impact their pig-headed approach will have on members of our community. They continue to exhibit an attitude that shouts loudly that they are prepared to cut any corners in process, such as seeking to increase council debt without thorough investigation and detailed assessment, green lights given by these councillors without evidence of any sort, policies and procedures for responsible governance completely ignored. I'm referring to the request for the suggestion that we borrow another $25 million. This all continues a tradition that is being applied in many controversial decisions made recently by this dysfunctional set of councillors intent on pursuing agendas despite the damage caused to this great community and our wonderful environment. Attitudes of total arrogance and superiority. Council engaged a professional PR outfit to develop a communications policy designed specifically to push Council's objectives long before residents were made aware in any way of Council's secret schemes relating to the Orbital Road proposals. Not one councillor addressed these alarmed members of the community at the engagement sessions. A few, I'm told, attended the first engagement session, sitting quietly in the background before slinking away, largely unnoticed. This approach is in direct contravention of Council's own community participation policy, now under review, obviously to ensure that similar future engagement processes can be aligned to their preferred approach to community. In fact, our councillors were hiding their plans and activities surrounding the Orbital Road proposals for at least 3 years in contravention of their own engagement policy before anything was released to the public. Who has quietly known about these proposals since 2015 or earlier? What does this say about the level of representation we as a community are getting from our councillors? What does it say about the senior executives of the council administration and their attitudes to the community? It is time that the community calls for a thorough review of the performance of this council on so many fronts, and that this be heard at state level. While the orbital and airport proposals provide clear evidence that people don't count with this community, with this council, and the disrespectful block of councillors, the approaches taken with these proposals provide only one example of the blatant arrogance of these exclusive groups. It is time for them to be held to account.